Today's Namaste Yoga continues our Awakening Your True Self series with loving kindness. Hello and welcome to episode 314 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your home as we journey into our innermost home over the next hour. Thank you to Squeeze Yoga Clothing for my clothes today. I'm wearing a brand new orange long sleeve bamboo top with a large Om on it, and underneath it I'm wearing one of the classic red brick bra camis, and I'm also wearing brand new did you get some email, Tim? Brand new dark brown leggings with a black vine on it. So these are super sleek and yes, nice and slimming because they're dark brown. Nice chocolate brown, like chocolate Labradors, like chocolate, dark chocolate. Yummy. And thanks to Dusky Leaf for our props. Today you're definitely going to need a strap and your mat and a meditation cushion or a folded blanket, maybe even a block, depending on how tight your hips are. I have a testimonial from Heidi from Germany. She says, "Dear Melissa, just wanted to drop you a line to say a heartfelt thank you for your weekly yoga videos. I love the way you're commenting on all the postures. It makes so much sense and it can be so motivating. In one of your past videos from November, you mentioned fish, also butterflies, and made such beautiful analogies to our bodies, or in some cases, how we can transfer some of their characteristics to our existence. I like butterflies too, and I thought it was so wonderful when you pointed out some of their unique features. I didn't know they tasted with their feet. That was new to me too. Because you suggest we walk thoughtfully, maybe barefoot in summer, and try to imagine we taste the energy of the ground underneath us. It reminded me of the fact that I really did this last summer. We have a nice outdoor swimming pool, and when I go there for a swim in the summertime, before I go into the pool, I always walk barefoot on that nice lawn for about 10 minutes. It's a place that's safe, no danger of stepping into anything dangerous. And just making sure you don't step on bees. There aren't many though, and one can enjoy the soft grass in the ground. And I imagine the earth energy flows into my body and helps me to feel more grounded. Then you mentioned ideas like transparency and the brevity of their life. And of course, ours is very short too compared to eternity. And also movement. Butterflies have the urge to continuously fly and move around. I like all of your videos, and I've now just mentioned one of them that stood out for me. I wish you a very good year, 2016, with lots of health and wealth. You're a wonderful human being, and I feel so blessed that you showed up in my life. Affectionately, Heidi." So thank you, Heidi. It's always really wonderful to receive feedback like that. And one of our intentions is to really connect our nature with the earth and nature around us. I know it's one of the greatest aspirations of our members, and so to hear that really sunk in so deeply for you is really inspiring for me, and inspired me as a teacher to bring that into my teaching even more as well. And we're going to be doing that today, I think, in a way that I hope inspires you. So let's get right to that. We're going to start with lying on the ground. So I'll get you to lie down on the ground. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it fall out of your mouth. And I'm just going to encourage you to turn off all distractions. So if you can, turn off your phone for the next hour. If you're doing this on your computer or your tablet, to close all your tabs or your windows so that you're just doing this for the next hour and that you're fully present to yourself for the next hour and to what's happening in your body. Okay, so from here, now that you've dedicated this time for yourself to be fully present to yourself, we're going to start to connect to our place on the earth. So you're going to inhale, take your arms overhead, and then you're going to exhale and side bend to one side. It doesn't matter which side because we're going to do both sides. So feel the opening of your side body here and breathe into the side of your body that you're opening. And each time you breathe out, feel your connection with the earth, the ground underneath you, and feel the support of the ground underneath you. Feel yourself sinking and dropping into that. And then inhale back center. And exhale to the other side. And feel the opening along the other side of your body, breathing into the other side of your body. Again, connecting to the earth underneath you. Feeling all the parts of your body that are touching the earth, your heels, your calves, the backs of your legs, your buttocks, your thoracic spine, your rib cage, the backs of your shoulders and your head, your arms. And take that moment to know what the earth is like underneath you. So I know I talk a lot about what the earth is like underneath me here. So here on Vancouver Island, which is often called the Rock, the earth is very rocky. So underneath me, where my home is built here, our apartment is built on rock. But what is the earth like underneath you? So connect with the earth. One of my friends sent me a picture of the earth where she lives this week, and it's almost the color actually of my top. It's like an orangey red, the earth, and it's very much soil. So what is the earth like underneath you? Connect to what is supporting you here. And open yourself to receive that support. Okay, and then come back to the center and bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. So now your feet are connecting to the earth underneath you. Feel all 5 toes on the ground, the balls of your feet and your heels on the ground. Sink your feet into the ground until your pelvis starts to lift off the ground so that you're connecting with your true home, the earth underneath you. And you feel that stability of the ground so that your heart can open. So there's that stability of the ground underneath you so that your heart can open here. And then you can slowly lower down. And you're going to roll to your right side and come up onto all fours. And we're going to come into cat pose or Marjarayasana. And we're going to move our spine in all directions in relationship to the ground. So place your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. If you have any issues with your wrists, you can always come onto fists, or you can come down onto your forearms, whichever works better for you and your body. And we're going to start with exhaling and drawing your heart center up towards the ceiling, and then inhaling and opening your heart center towards the ground. So just start by, again, feeling your connection to the ground with your palms, reaching out into the webs of your hands, also feeling the connection to the ground through your shins and the tops of your feet. And then from that real place of groundedness, you can feel the movement of your heart center up towards the sky and then down towards the ground. And then take your hands over to your left side so that you are opening up your side body again. So again, arching and rounding your spine here as you open the side of your heart. So if you were to imagine the four directions, either it would be opening to the east, perhaps. And then walking over to the right and opening up to the direction, you're opening your heart up to the direction of the west, or opening up to the left side of your heart. Then come back to the center and feel the stability of the earth underneath you again, either through your palms or your forearms and your shins and your feet. And then we're going to circle your rib cage so that you feel that sense of spaciousness, the protection of your rib cage around your heart center. And then we'll go the other way. So that's a great massage for your spine. And then I'm going to get you to use either a folded blanket or a meditation cushion here. And we're going to come into Mallinson, Garland pose. We did this last week as well. And you're going to take your heels underneath your sit bones and fill the space underneath your heels. Some of you will be able to reach your heels all the way to the ground. And you're going to sink down. I want you to think about opening your heart center to the earth underneath you. So opening your heart center down. And if you have knee issues, so that bending, doing this deep knee flexion with the weight pouring through it like this isn't going to work for you and your body. You can lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest, but hold on behind your knees so you're not pouring weight through the knee joints here. Okay, and then you're going to come back to a seated position for our teachings today. So come to a comfortable cross-legged position, or you could kneel on a block, or you can sit in a chair. And I think we'll use that chin mudra again that we used last week for grounding, so you can be grounded in your true home. So it's safe for your heart to open for those Brahma Viharas. You're going to bring your thumb and your index finger together and then place them palms down on your knees. And it's that very grounded position so that there's that safety of your true home from which your heart can open in a very safe way. Okay, from that place you can close your eyes, draw your shoulders back over your hips and your ears over your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Let it fall out of your mouth. And prepare yourself to receive the teachings for today. So this week in our Awakening to Your True Self series, we continue with the 4 Brahma Viharas. And this translates as supreme states, our desired dwelling, our divine abiding, and our best home. They include loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. The Brahma Viharas, or the 4 divine abodes, are teachings on the way we relate to ourselves and others. For example, we meet friendly people with love, those who are suffering with compassion, successful people with joy, and unpleasant people with detachment. Sharon Salzberg, a loving kindness or metta meditation teacher, speaks of the 4 Brahma Viharas as our best home. She says, just like our best home, we might not be in these states all the time, but we feel our most authentic and the most at ease when we are at home, when expressing love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. So this week we're going to focus on loving kindness. Sharon Salzberg describes loving kindness as a deep knowing of our interconnectedness, that our lives have something to do with one another. We live in a world now that gives the illusion of connection. Social media and our electronic devices allow us to compose, edit, and revise our lives as we would like to, and present ourselves to the world in a way that we would like to. We are used to a constant feed of information and entertainment, so that we never have a moment to connect with ourselves, and we never have a moment that we have to be bored. Sherry Turkle, author of Reclaiming Conversation, says we have become a tribe of one, loyal to our own party. The presence of our electronic devices, although on the one hand, give us this tremendous potential to come together, they also leave us feeling less connected and less invested in each other. So this is a quote from Sherry Turkle's book, Reclaiming Conversation. And it's about a research project. It says, recent research shows that people are uncomfortable if left alone with their thoughts, even for a few minutes. In one experiment, people were asked to sit quietly without a phone or book for 15 minutes. At the start of the experiment, they were also asked if they would consider administering electronic shocks to themselves if they became bored. They said absolutely not. No matter what, shocking themselves would be out of the question. But after just 6 minutes alone, a good number of them were doing just that, shocking themselves. Sherry Turkle says that we are so accustomed to the illusion of connection through technology that being alone has become a problem that technology solves for us. She goes on to say that afraid of being alone, we struggle to pay attention to ourselves. The problem, she says, is when we can't find our own center or lose confidence in what we have to offer each other. So I feel that this problem of disconnection is incredibly relevant to our present moment and the teachings today on loving kindness. Loving kindness is a practice through which we first connect with ourselves, and then we connect with all living beings. Our well may be empty, but drop by drop, we can begin to fill it over time. So what may have started or start feeling as though we have nothing to give shifts into a generosity of spirit where we have more than enough to give to others, so that through our own sense of connection with ourselves, we can start to have a sense of interconnectivity with others. Loving kindness begins with friendliness towards ourselves. Not just the parts of ourselves that we like, but all parts of ourselves. Sharon Salzberg describes it as beginning a practice of intention that transforms our field of being from one of fear of connection, so it transforms our field of being from one of fear to one of connection. Instead of seeing ourselves as separate and abandoned, we will begin to see ourselves as connected to the fabric of life. So with the practice of loving kindness meditation or metta meditation, the phrases of loving kindness are the practice by which we come back to our center. So you practice the phrases, may I be happy, may I be well, may I be safe, may I be at ease, in a rhythm that is pleasing to your heart, and over time the meaning deepens. So the power of the practice is in gathering your attention. You are slowly creating the conditions to see your world, not distorted by your own fears and biases. You're creating the conditions for loving kindness to emerge. It is a practice in patience and opening up to what is already inherent in your true nature. So today, as you sit here in your position of meditation, we're going to do a practice of loving kindness meditation. So we're going to continue now with some loving kindness meditation. And feel your connection to the earth underneath you, to the ground. And feel this sense of safety, your home. Allow the earth to ground you. Feel your legs sinking. And allow yourself to root downward. Feel your tailbone and your sit bones sinking and rooting. You can even imagine yourself growing roots down to the ground and wide out into the earth underneath you. So that you really connect with your sense of home, grounding, and safety here on the earth. And then breathe down into your belly. On your exhalation, allow your breath to gather in your belly. And allow this to be your anchor. This breathing down into your belly is a practice of gathering your energy, focus, and concentration. It allows you to free yourself from distraction. And then bring your awareness to your heart center. And notice what's happening in your heart center without needing to fix or change it or wanting it to be different. Whatever is here is totally fine. If it's open, it's open. If it's closed, it's closed. If it's tight, it's tight. Just being present to what is. So we'll begin by repeating the phrases of loving kindness to yourself. And this is a practice of gathering your attention as well, without needing to have any kind of result or any kind of feeling come up as a result of the practice. Sometimes you may do the practice and you might feel your heart open and have wonderful feelings in your heart. Sometimes you will do it and you'll feel completely shut down and hurt. Sometimes you'll do this practice and you won't feel anything at all. And that's all fine. That's all part of the practice. So that is part of having the discipline of a practice, is in coming to the practice and gathering your attention around the phrases. So while sometimes meditation is around your breath, this meditation is around gathering your focus around the phrases without needing the outcome to be any specific way. So repeat these phrases of loving kindness for yourself. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be at ease. You can repeat them without forcefulness, without grabbing or holding on, knowing that the capacity for friendliness is innate within your being. And through this focus, the focus on the phrases, you are creating the conditions for this to unfold. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be at ease. There's no need to push. And when your mind wanders, as it will, you begin again. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be at ease. The practice is really in beginning again and again with grace and ease. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be at ease. So let the process take its course and allow things to unfold without controlling or trying to make anything happen. Allow yourself to be calm, yet focused, relaxed, and yet gathering all your energy towards these phrases. So now take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fall out of your mouth. Now imagine all the living beings in front of your heart. So imagine everything in front of your heart. And repeat these phrases for everything that presents itself in front of your heart. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at ease. And then open yourself to all living beings to the left of your heart. All the living beings in the mountains, and the trees. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at ease. And then imagine all living beings to the right of your heart. All the living beings in the oceans and the waters. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at ease. And then imagine all the living beings to the back of your heart. All living beings on land. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at ease. Now imagine all living beings above your heart. And the trees, the birds, and the sky, the stars, the planets. Anything that you can imagine and beyond your imagination in our universe. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at ease. Now imagine all living beings beneath your heart. Maybe there are people living underneath you. Imagine all living beings in the earth beneath you, all the critters of the earth, the worms and the bugs, the layers of the earth, our beautiful earth itself. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at ease. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it fall out of your mouth. And feel the support of the earth underneath you. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. So from here, we're going to make our way up to standing, to practice dancer pose, Natarunjasan, to strike that balance between that we develop in loving kindness meditation, between concentration and letting go, between relaxation, relaxing into our meditation, and gathering our energy for meditation. Okay, so for dancer pose, let's start standing on our left foot. And you're going to bend your right leg and hold on to the inside of your foot if you can. Creates a nice mudra between your thumb and your big toe. Line up your quad and the front of your thigh and your leg. And you can hold on to a chair or a wall for balance here. The balancing pose, as I said, is a great opportunity to practice beginning again, actually. That's what happens in meditation, right? There's the focus gets broken and you have to begin again. So balancing postures are a great analogy for meditation practice, whether you're doing loving kindness meditation where you're repeating a phrase and coming back to the phrase again when your focus is broken, or you're doing the breath meditation where the anchor is your breath. So it's a great analogy. So falling and coming back is part of balance, and that's the same thing as part of meditation. So you're going to find that alignment and then extend your arm. And you're going to start to draw your heel away from your buttocks, and that will start to open up your right shoulder and your chest here. And then you can start to feel that balance between calm and effort, relaxation and gathering of energy. And then you're going to go ahead and release that from your body. You're going to bend your knees and hinge through your hips and fold forward into Uttanasana, standing forward fold, just to release your back and the backs of your legs, just a counter pose to your dancer pose here. And then you're going to slowly make your way up to standing. And we're going to do the dancer pose on the other side. So now you're going to stand on your right leg. Hold on to your left foot on the inside if you can. And take that moment to open up the front of your hip. Extend your right arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly draw your heel away from your buttocks. Let it open up your left shoulder. And find that balance between effort and letting go, gathering your energy, and just finding that calm. And allow yourself to begin again when you lose your balance, just like you would begin again when you lose your focus with the phrases of loving kindness. That's the practice. And then you can go ahead and release this from your body and bend your knees again, hinge through your hips and fold forward. Coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold, very calming and relaxing, complete letting go for your nervous system. And then we're going to come back up to standing. And we're going to make our way down to seated so we can do our final posture. Okay, so let's start with your right leg over your left leg for Gomukhasana, or cow's face pose. And I chose this so that we can think about taking our seat in our true home, our abiding in our true nature. So with loving kindness, it's not about creating or grabbing or making something happen that isn't already within us. It's about creating the conditions for something that already exists in us to be uncovered. So it's like planting that seed, and that seed will grow. So from here, you're going to internally rotate your right arm and bring it up your back. And then you're probably going to need your strap. You're going to bring your left arm up and over, and your two hands may meet. Or if you're like me and you have tight shoulders, then you'll need your strap. And you'll just walk your hands together on your strap. Okay. I think our head, there we go. I don't know what was happening there. I had like two parts of a strap. It wasn't, my hands weren't coming together there. Okay. So this is nice too, because you've got your seat through your legs, very opening for your hips and your piriformis, your external rotators of your hips, but also quite opening for your heart center. Okay, and you can release that. And in my anxiety to do the shoulder part, I forgot we're going to do the twist too, so let's twist here. And twist the other way. And then come back to the center and we'll switch sides. So let's switch. Okay. Oh, my hips are so tight today. They're hurting a lot. We just did a long photography shoot too, which actually just all the positions of that required a lot of hips. So perhaps that's it. And a long yin class yesterday. Whew. Okay, so now you have your left leg on top of your right leg, and I also need to cue that you need to fill the space under your buttocks if both butt cheeks aren't on the ground. That's why I suggested you have a block at the beginning of the class, or you could fold a blanket or your meditation cushion underneath the buttocks that's off the ground. So that's going to be quite common for hips that are tight. You could also fill the space with the blanket between your knees here. Okay, let's do the twist first on this side. And then twist the other side. Okay, and then internally rotate your left arm and bring your left arm up your back. And then you're going to bring your right arm up and over. And your left elbow will probably be able to sit up much more high than mine, especially if you don't have, if you haven't had any issue with frozen shoulder or anything like that. And then if your hands aren't meeting, you can use a strap to start to walk your hands together on the strap. So feel your seat on the ground here, abiding in your true home, And then that opening through your upper back and your heart center and your shoulders. Okay, that's great. You know, actually in this class too, we really didn't do any hip openers until this point. Yeah, so that's gonna feel a little bit funky sitting in cow space at the end. It was a nice thought though, sitting in your abiding in your true home there at the end. Sometimes home can be a sticky, uncomfortable place, right? There's the message there for you at the end. Okay, so now I'm going to get you to do Shavasana. So you're going to lie down on your back. With your palms up beside you. And if you want some extra grounding, you can place your palms on your belly. And you can rest here, and I have a short reading from you for you to close out the end of the class as you rest back to integrate your yoga class and the teachings from today. This is a reading from Thich Nhat Hanh. We begin by practicing the loving kindness meditation for ourselves, repeating the words, may I. Until we are able to love and take care of ourselves, we cannot be of much help to others. After we practice loving kindness towards others, may he, may she, may they. First, we offer loving kindness to somebody that we love, then somebody neutral to us, and finally somebody who makes us suffer. May I be peaceful, happy, and light in body and spirit. May I be safe and free from injury. May I be free from anger, afflictions, fear, and anxiety. May I learn to look at myself with eyes of understanding and love. May I be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness in myself. May I learn to identify and see the sources of anger and craving and delusion in myself. May I know how to nourish the seeds of joy in myself every day. May I be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May I be free from attachment and inversion, but not indifferent. Love is not just the intention to love, but the capacity to reduce suffering and to offer peace and happiness. The practice of love increases our forbearance and our capacity to be patient and embrace difficulties and pain. And forbearance does not mean that we try to suppress pain. So gradually wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deeper breath. Bend your knees and roll to your right side. And slowly make your way up to seated. Thank you for joining me for episode number 314 of Namaste Yoga. We're going to finish our practice by gathering the fruits of our practice in for ourselves first, and then offering them out into the world with our mantra, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So thank you so much for joining me for episode 314 of Namaste Yoga. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please give it a thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching in iTunes, then you can give us a 5-star review, or you can give us you can write a review as well. We'd appreciate that very much. It helps other people just like you find us. And we give away a new free show every Friday. So if you'd like to receive a show every Friday, then subscribe to our channel and it will show up in your feed every Friday. And I want to thank you for your donations. Thank you to Viola, Peggy, Diane, Hannah, Elizabeth, and Ivy for your donations this week. You can make a donation by clicking here. We appreciate your support very much. We are supported solely by you. You are the ones that make this all possible. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do that by clicking here, as I said, but you can also donate of your time. So not everybody can donate financially. We totally understand that. You can donate of your time by leaving a comment. And today's question for the comments is, how will you connect with yourself with kindness this week? How will you connect with yourself with kindness this week? We began the teachings on loving kindness this week. And if you would like favorite phrases of loving kindness, I went with the most standard phrases of loving kindness this week, but I have an infographic of my favorite phrases of loving kindness, and you guys might see sometimes in the shot one of my mandalas that I have painted. One of my phrases is in there, but if you want to practice loving kindness at home with my favorite phrases, then you can receive them if you go to melissawest.com/314 and you scroll down to the bottom. There's a box there that you can put your email address in. And when you get on our mailing list, then we will send you that and that beautiful infographic that has the phrases. Then sometimes it's helpful to have that there, or maybe it's just something that you want to have in your journal. It can be nice to, lots of people like to do art journaling and things like that as well. It could be a nice thing to add to your art journaling. And if you'd like more support in bringing loving kindness meditation into your life, then we do have a loving kindness meditation retreat in our membership community. You can either do the whole retreat, it's a 3-day retreat, or you can do the individual practices. There are loads of guided loving kindness meditation practices in that as well. Also, we are starting, probably by the time within a couple of weeks of you watching this, a loving kindness meditation community group in our membership community as well. So there's going to be support for your loving kindness meditation in an ongoing way in our membership community. So if you'd like that extra support, then you can become a member here as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be as strong as our mountains, and may you be as rooted as the trees in our forest. Om Shanti, Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.